This is JWH1969. I am doing a video response for one of my friends who ended up asking me to prioritize my PC, put it in ranking. It took me some time. I mean, I do know what I really like, but I treated them all equal except for one of the groups, which is relatively new. But before I do that, I ended up buying several packs tonight of 2012 Topps. Felt pretty lucky. I ended up getting 2 hits. First hit, Austin Jackson. That is not for trade. That is actually already being set aside for someone. But the other card I was pretty pumped about. Billy Butler. They have the short prints, 1 per case, my understanding, and they're going nuts on eBay. I ended up looking and I found one Billy Butler. It was, I believe, like $160 already. The squirrel short print in this was at $202, and I think it had like 3 days left. But people are nuts trying to put this set together. If somebody wants to trade this for a PC card of mine, I'd be more than happy to trade. Otherwise, I'm going to have a friend put it on eBay for me. That way I can take the money and buy something nice for my PC. Anyway, pretty cool. Never that lucky. Felt pretty stoked about getting that. I'm going to leave those there so I can go ahead and talk about my PC and try to put it in order. My PC, Hall of Fame. Absolutely love the Hall of Fame cards. I love the patches, the autographs, the combination auto jerseys, whatever it is. Baseball, football are my 2 favorites. I do pick up some basketball here and there. I used to have a wish list on my channel, and as I ended up getting more friends, my wish list was cards I really was looking for to trade. The goal was to trade for them. What I found out is there are some crazy people up here on YouTube. They hit you up with cards that you want to trade for, and I know they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, but there's some guilt feelings here when you get some monster cards in the mail, and so I took those down anyway. But yeah, absolutely, my Hall of Fame, and even the future Hall of Fame. Those are probably my first cards I would always look for when I pick up a trade. A very close second is probably split between 2. My Cornhuskers. My Cornhuskers are awesome. I just absolutely pick up everything and anything I can of them. I love the autos. I love the patches. I even pick up jersey cards or short prints or anything else like that. Rookies. Whether it be Roger Craig or Tom Rathman, Ndamukong Suh, Johnny the Jet Rogers, Mike Rozier, Turner Gill, Tommy Frazier, Irving Fryer, Tom Osborne, and then even the new guys like Roy Halu and Prince Amukamara and Niles Paul. Even though I think he'll come out and accomplish something next year, but man, he didn't do anything this year. As a matter of fact, I just ended up picking up a nice autographed rookie lot of Prince Amukamara for cheap. But you know what? I don't care how cheap they are. They're just part of my PC. So if I don't have them, I usually go after them. The close second on that same one, probably partners my Cowboys, the Legends. Those Legends, the guys I watched when I was growing up, like Emmitt Smith and Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, all the defensive studs like Ed Too Tall Jones. You know, those guys. Those were the guys that, you know, they mean something to me. They mean a lot to me. I watched them. It's probably more sentimental value than anything else. But I still like the new Cowboys. I mean, Jason Witten and Miles Austin, DeMarco Murray, DeMarcus Ware. There's an underrated defensive lineman right there. I really like Romo, although there's days I don't know what he's thinking. Individual players. I like Deshaun Jackson. Liked him since he was a rookie. I have a pretty good size PC of him. I slowed down on him a little bit just because I felt like I was getting spread out too thin. Adrian Peterson, I have some really nice cards. I got a lot of book value tied up in that one. But I kind of put him on hold altogether, and the reasoning was, well, his cards are way too expensive, and number 2, he's hurt right now. And I think I have plenty of him right now. I'll pick some up when I can find some, but I'm not going to actively search out Adrian Peterson autographs. That's nuts. And then, you know, there's other players I like. And you know, about 3 or 4 months ago, I was watching the Texans play, and I kept thinking, man, they're just loaded. You have Foster, and you have Andre Johnson, you have Schwab, three key players, and the cards were reasonable. Foster and Johnson's autographs are nuts already, but Schwab's reasonably priced, and so I started collecting Texans because I enjoyed watching them, and I didn't know anybody else on YouTube that was collecting Texans at the time, so it was kind of cool. I picked up quite a few Texan cards. I tried to keep it to just the main three. Picked up a few Ben Tates here and there. I still don't know about that guy, as a matter of fact, so I'm going to keep my Johnsons and my Fosters. I'm going to slow down. I have enough Schwabs right now that I picked up myself or that were sent to me in gifts or trades. But I'm really going to keep with my Foster and Johnsons and kind of see what they're doing next year before I pick up too many more of any other Texans. And then things I look for when I trade. We have trade night every Saturday here, and it's awesome. During the off season of football, it will pick up. Like right now, we have in between 15 and 18 people showing up regularly at trade night. It will get so big some nights that it will be packed in there, and we'll have to split into a second room. The card shop has like a gaming room because they also offer gaming cards, and we'll actually break up into two groups and go over there. That's pretty awesome. There are so many friends I made in that room, and people who watch out for me because I treat them right. It's kind of like YouTube, only locally, and you can make a deal and walk out with cards, and it's just good stuff. And I do feel a lot more comfortable trading some of my higher end stuff that I pick up in collections locally, only because I don't have to send them through the mail. Because if you're not one of my close friends, I don't feel comfortable sending you a $150, $200 card through the mail. I don't know. Anyway, maybe that's just a preference. So trade night's a lot of fun for me because I can pick up some pretty cool stuff locally. And there's a lot of big cards in my PC that came from trade night. And so, anyway, but I also tried picking up cards for friends. There's a guy, Cowboy Like Me, who ended up sending me a care package probably about a year and a half ago, and that's when I was introduced to him. You know, it's one of those things I enjoy watching out for my friends, guys who have proven to me that they're in it for the right reasons and they're people of character. And so I do pick up cards. I mean, most of you have known or noticed I pick up, my gosh, any Eagles I can get a hold of. Well, most Eagles I can get a hold of. Lions and Patriots and Vikings and any Toby Gerhart that I think one of my friends doesn't have, or even Arizona Cardinals, some of the higher end stuff, because I have a good friend who will pick up those. I more recently I had an individual player collection of Shown Green. I started picking up some high-end Shown Green stuff, or just cards I know, and I know I missed people here, and I'm not trying to single out all friends because Saints, for example, I pick up Saints whenever I can, but so it doesn't always have to be something for my PC. If I can pick up something, if you don't have PC stuff, I'll pick up something for somebody else. Anyway, I rambled on for 8.5 minutes. Thanks for listening if you made it all the way to this point. But I hope that answers the question the person who ended up asking me. I'm not always trying to pick up PC cards. Sometimes I'm trying to pick up stuff for local trade night. Sometimes I'm trying to pick up stuff for just some of my friends. Anyway, I know that causes people sometimes to judge each other, but hey, if you have questions, ask. I'm pretty straightforward. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And if you're interested in that Billy Butler card and you have something for my PC, hit me up. Thanks, guys.